Alright, welcome back to Boktai. So, I went ahead before, or rather in between episodes, and I looked through the guide. So, even though this is the first time I'm playing this game, I'm using a guide to just orientate myself and make sure I'm not wasting too much time, fucking around too much. I'm not like looking through it word for word as I do the game, because I don't want to ruin it as I did. I guess I'll break into a little short story. Well, the first time I played Ocarina of Time, I had previously had my cousin give me his copy of the game. So he had a save file on the game, which is ironic because it was from someone else, his cousin. But it was a save file of the game that had everything already beat on it. So when I went through and played the game for the first time, it was on a save file that already had everything beat. So I was kind of just messing around, having fun. You know, having all the weapons and everything unlocked. And then it wasn't until, like, you know, sometime after that I figured, alright, let me actually play through this game myself, because I want to know all these things. So this happened with a couple of games, where it sort of became me piecing together how the, ooh, we got the Vortex Sun Goal Frame. Vortex. Fires a rotational spread, and it's a lot stronger than our previous, I forgot which one it is that the Axle. It's a lot stronger than the Axle. Alright, it's a cool red color. Not bad. Vortex, I thought it would have been a lot cooler. Never mind. Yeah. So I spent a lot of these games, Metal Gear, Ocarina of Time, a lot of these games that I really enjoy, but I ended up playing them already knowing what happens, and what I would end up doing is sort of working backwards, and sort of like I would play through the game, like I would see my cousin play through the game, or I would see the game myself already beat. And then when I played the game for myself, I'd be piecing together like, oh, so that's how this happened. This is how that happens. So I technically spoiled most of the game, but I didn't know how exactly we got up to this point. So I wouldn't say I spoiled it, I just knew the outcome. I just didn't know the journey, which is, you know, technically way more important. But in any case, when I went through Ocarina of Time, I accidentally, or not accidentally, I went through pretty much the entirety of the game with a guide. Because I was young and the puzzles were pretty hard for me. Okay, so it's marked with a triangle. So, I was really disappointed that I couldn't, like, after I grew up, you know, and I realized what I had done, this gravest error that I've done, I was really disappointed in myself, and I wish I hadn't done that, and I wish I had gone through the game, you know, normally, because I really do like puzzles a lot. So that's why I've made it so that sort of like a self-imposed challenge, I guess, I don't know if you want to, or restriction, but whenever I play games, especially if they're new ones, I try my best that if they have a, you know, puzzles, or if I'm using a guide, that I'm not using it entirely, you know, like I did that one time with Ocarina of Time. I made that specifically clear, especially when I did this channel, because I didn't want it to be the kind of thing where, like, you know, this is all based on experiences of me experiencing games, but then I'm just ruining it by reading everything beforehand and not really, you know, going through the struggle of actually getting there. So for this game, I've been trying to just play through it with a guide, just to sort of, you know, guide me, but not to, you know, hold my hand throughout the entire thing. But in any case, what I'm trying to get at is that one thing I've discovered is I'm almost, or I think I'm pretty much halfway at this point. And by the end of this episode, or the end of the next 2 episodes, I'll be about a little more than halfway through. Like, I would say maybe even like 70%, or maybe not 70, but a good like 65%, which is pretty cool. Because I didn't think this game was very long, but I also didn't think it would be as short as it has. Oh, wow, another door. Interesting, so we need a square. So that's good to know. But I've also looked through and seen all the remaining dungeons that are left in this area. I did, you know, sort of spoil the next 2 parts, but not really big spoilers. I'll tell you what I mean in a second. So basically, we have 3 more dungeons that we need to get through. This is the one, I wrote them all down. This is actually the last one on the list, but it doesn't really matter. This is the Suffering House. They should all be in the title. After that, we also have the Ruined Cemetery, which I peeked through a little bit in between episodes, and then the Crumbling Mine. That's gonna be the next one also. Okay, yes, I thought so. And then finally, the last. Once we're done with all that, we can actually go through the Immortals, and there's only 2 of them in this next section. I didn't really spoil it for myself, I just kind of looked at the titles of it. That's why it's kind of spoiled it. Because there's two things, first of all. After one of the dungeons that you beat, there's like a hidden path that you go through. I believe that's where the plot progresses, maybe. But it's sort of this sort of like lunar city place. Otenko was saying something about like Silver Guardians or something like that. I was like, alright, whatever. And he's like, it's pretty dangerous. You want to keep going? It's like, yeah, fuck it. I'll just take a look at it in between episodes. But there was a fire thing that was blocking it, and also an ice thing that was blocking it. And the next two dungeons happen to be the Permafrost and the Fire Top Mountain. So obviously we're going to get those power-ups to let us get through that section. So that's what I mean by I spoiled it. I didn't actually spoil it. I just kind of put two and two together, which is cool. And it also, I'm pretty sure it defeats those two immortal blocks that we saw that didn't let us progress. I forgot where it is. I believe it was through this one, right? Yeah, it gets rid of those two immortal blocks that were in the way. So that's probably going to progress into the plot as well. I'm not sure which is which. I believe maybe that place that I was talking about probably doesn't progress the plot as much. Whereas the place with the blocks, I believe, is the actual plot. I believe the other place I'm talking about is something I'll probably have to come back to later on. But in any case, we'll get into that. And it also, thankfully, the guide went through the revisits that we have to do for the Bloodrust Mansion and also the the Death Cliff. Defeat all enemies without being found. Ah, shit, I hate these. Oh, man. Yeah, because you kind of... You can't use this. You gotta kind of hide. I don't know if I can do it from... Okay. Yeah, they do see me. I wasn't sure if it was below, they wouldn't see me. Alright, so at least we know that 2 shots from the fencer finishes them off. So that's good to know. And I can only do it from behind, really. Oof, can't reach that guy. That's the only way that I can really hit them without them seeing me, which is good. And also stuns them for like a second. Yeah. Oh, okay, so I can do it from the front. I just can't actually be in his line of sight. Line of sight is a bit tricky in this game because, you know, I was down there and I was able to hit him. But he ended up seeing me anyways, which is really weird. I hit those 2 guys. But then at the same time, you know, I'm hitting them just now, and they don't immediately see me, and I'm also walking around there. So yeah, line of sight is a bit odd in this game, which is fine. I mean, I'm not knocking the game itself. It's more of a limitation of the hardware itself. The GBA is my favorite console, by far, but it's obviously not the strongest console. Especially now in this day and age. Alright, so that completes the Suffering House. Next up, we have to find our way to, I believe this leads to the Permafrost. Yeah, so that's the first immortal. And then the other one is the Firetop Mountain, which we went towards, I think, last episode. So we want to try and find our way to the Crumbling Mine, which is not this. This is the Death Cliff. It's nice that this connects, actually, because Death Cliff we can actually go back to once we get one of these power-ups. We want to find... okay. So this here takes us down. I don't think it's actually this one. I think this one takes us back to the forest, or the Sails of Trial. But around here, we can actually get to the ruined cemetery. If I remember that correctly. Okay, yeah. So this is the ruined cemetery here. This one's a bit annoying. I mean, it's nice that it's outside, but it's a little bit annoying just because of the fact that there's these dumb golems again. Also, the game lags quite a bit, which tells you one of two things. Or not one of two things. It tells you 2 things. There's going to be a lot of enemies around here because of the fact that there's so many of them that the game is chugging about, but also that they it's a big area. So there's a lot to go through. Otherwise, it wouldn't lag if it was just because of a lot of enemies. Also because there's a lot of enemies in a big area, which is pretty interesting. I always find it interesting that developers let sort of things like that slide. Like, I never knew what was their sort of threshold for what they deem, you know, good in terms of like lagging and like, you know, those kind of technical issues. Like, at what point do they kind of just go like, oh, we gotta rework this isn't good, or do they just you know, be like, fuck it, let's just do it anyway, this is really not that big of a deal? Like, at what point do they go ahead and just decide that? I'm just intrigued, because obviously they played through this and they saw that previous section, I should say, lagged. So I just want to know really what it is that the sort of threshold is for when things are acceptable and when things aren't. It's just interesting to know, because there's a lot of games that are like that. For example, I remember in Super Mario World, a couple of times when there's a lot of enemies on screen, the game would start lagging. I used to always think is that you were doing so cool, you do something really cool, that the game just had to slow down to make it look nice and epic. Oh, whoa, we got the the knife solar gun frame, and also a silver dollar, yeah. Interesting. The knife probably has automatic fire, what the fuck? Oh, nice, alright. Actually not bad, that's actually pretty useful. Not that we actually been using the shot at all currently, just because we've been using the fencer frame, but I mean, fencer's the strongest one we've got, so you might as well use it. Granted, I do feel like a couple of sections that'd be better off switching off back into the Unite, just because, for example, against these guys, it's probably a lot easier to stun them and then finish them off with the Night Blast, or the whatever you want to call it. You hold down B with the Night frame. I don't know how to get to like this other side over here is what I'm not sure of how to do. Because there's a lot more stuff that way, and I'm pretty sure that's where we actually need to go. We're actually outside. Let me just fill up. We got this jerk here. Thankfully, when we're above, they can't really do anything about it. So at least that's good that I've discovered I guess the one weakness of these guys. Let's see, where else can we go? Yeah, but unfortunately, if you're right next to them, they actually get, you know, they realize that what's going on. Alright, so we actually just made it onto the other side. I don't know why I had so much more trouble when I was playing through this by myself. I didn't really, like, complete the whole dungeon. I kind of just went through that first part and then saw the stairs. I went downstairs and I saw all of the, you know, the undead there, and I was kind of like, oh, okay. And then that's it, and I just went back out. And then I got the bright idea to look at the guide and be like, alright, let me just plan out a path, see how I want to go through this. Because that's one of the main issues with, you know, Let's Playing games, especially ones you haven't played before, is you gotta structure it, or at least, well, I guess it depends on who's putting it out the content, but I like structuring my stuff so that it, you know, follows a nice, rigid structure, so, you know, I can split up episodes really evenly. I know sort of how long things are gonna take, you know, stuff like that I like doing. So that's why I like games that I can break up into chunks easily. So a lot of newer games, they break up into like episodes or missions or stuff like that. Like, for example, Mega Man Zero. I love doing that for Mega Man Zero because I can just easily set up the thumbnails, the episode descriptions, all that kind of stuff is really cool. It also, excuse me, one thing I've also really wanted to do is similar to like a lot of Japanese manga. Oh, cool, we got another bomb. They like, for every chapter, they'd like to be unique and name it something differently. So instead of chapter, you know, 5, it'll be like Mission 5, or, you know, Leg 5, or, you know, something silly like that. That'll pertain to the actual, you know, series. And I always thought that was really cool and added a nice little sense of uniqueness. I always wanted to do this on my channel, I just really haven't been able to. How the hell? This bit is a bit of a maze to actually get through. I'm just kind of worried if, like, there's some sort of thing that I can do. I guess that's where I came from. That's why that green arrow was over there. Like, I'm not sure if there's some sort of blocks. Oh my god. Well, judging from the fact that he came from over here, means that there's obviously some sort of way to get over there from over here. Considering that he came all the way around. Alright, so there we go. That leads us here. There was this just here. Oh, fuck, it's a mimic. Ah, no. I'm almost dead. Alright. Let's go ahead and use these red apples, actually. They heal us a lot more. God, these mimics do so much damage. And they have so much health, too. That's what the problem is. It's the first time I've actually been able to lock a mimic like this. I think I tried it the other time I fought a mimic, and he did not get locked as easily. Alright. Doesn't seem like there's much here. I might regret this, but let's go ahead and use this sea all nut. See if there's anything around here. Just let's see that there's some of those things. I don't know what you want to call them. Oh, we got another flash. those things that those random gems that you shoot, and then you get health like these here. I'm not really sure what these you call these. The game didn't really point them out to you nor describe them, which is fine. I don't mind the game, letting you find out things for yourself. It's just kind of like when you don't mention things, what do I call it? I just don't know what to actually call it. But in any case, see, I think down there is actually an exit. I wonder what this undead is gonna lead us to. I don't want to exit just yet. It'd be pretty funny if that is an exit, and you can just kind of turn around, come back inside, beat the undead in like 2 seconds, and then after that, that's it. You get a crazy high rank. Ow, my leg, but okay. Defeat all enemies without being found. Oh, crap, I hate this. Okay, I think I can, reach over from here. Ah, sweet, killed him. Alright, and then I think I can... Yeah, he saw me, I figured. It's very tricky to sort of get them from that sort of angle. Should be able to do it this way. Hopefully he comes around down... Oh, no, I'm not gonna be able to... Whoa, this guy just revived himself? Oh, when they step on the thing, he creates another one? Is that what it is? Oh, no, that would really suck. See if I can... Oh, fuck. I don't really know why or how he fucking created another one of himself, but that really sucks. There you go, that one's dead. That one's dead. I think I actually killed another one off on the side by the chain reactors. That's pretty good. I got found a bunch of times. Which is whatever. Just see whatever random item we get this time. Hopefully it's not like a rotten nut. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so actually this doesn't lead us to anywhere, so that makes more sense. So now we know where it is exactly that we need to go. So we just gotta come up here. Now we've done the Immortal, and we've gotten the frame from this place, which I believe was the knife. Yes. And then now we just exit out over here. And then see if maybe from here we can go into the ruined, the crumbling mine. Oh yeah, this is the section I was talking about. The Azure Sky Tower. So, this. The Django. This is the Azure Sky Tower. The legend of the moon's protector. The silvery white knight who slayed the demons is said to have taken place here. The knight is known as the Moon Guardian and also as the Guardian of the Sword. They say the sword is still here on the top floor of the mountain of the tower. Jesus, come on, Otengu, read this correctly. Many knights have died in this tower in search of that legendary blade. That such a place which succumbed to the sickness of Isrankan. Whatever. The place is likely crawling with undead. Still want to enter? So I actually didn't read the text. I kind of just zoomed through it because I just wanted to sort of see what it was. I wanted to sort of come back when I needed to. But yeah, as you can see here, there's two things blocking it. So I guess we can actually get that sword that I keep seeing in the game art. So that's fucking awesome. So I can use that sword. I feel like that's going to be the only thing that we can use that's sort of unlimited in terms of, ammunition and whatnot, because it's a sword. Alright, so we got these two things here. Yes. Let's go ahead and see if I can find this crumbling mine. Alright, well I found the crumbling mine, but we actually need to go to the start of it, so we're gonna have to go around. There we go. Crumbling mine. Alright, so this is the last dungeon for this set of the game. We've gone through pretty much a bajillion dungeons. I feel like it was literally 8 of them. Which, I mean, I guess I can't really complain. I've had a lot of fun actually going through all this. Let's see if I can just hold this out here. Okay, no. Let me actually turn around. That's hilarious. I can just go ahead and hold this out, and they'll just walk into it and kill themselves. That's cool. Saves me a lot of time and effort. Alright. Go around here. What the heck is that? That looks really weird. I guess I'm gonna have to fall from the sky or something, because I don't really know how there's any other way. Ah! Crumbling mine. Alright, so that makes a lot of sense. Oh boy. Well, already got seen, so I guess we're just gonna have to go. I feel like that post that you see where it's like self in a game, and as soon as anyone sees you, you just turn into Rambo. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's anything in that direction. There's a door up there that's locked. So there's already the undead? Are you kidding me? Wow. I mean, there's not really anything I can do here unless something's invisible. Whoa, well, that was quick. I guess we'll go take on the undead. Defeat all the mummies. Oh man, I remember these things. These things are really annoying. I wonder if the bombs will come. Oh, okay, cool. So they set on fire. That's cool. And touch the other one. No. Okay, don't touch me, please. Don't. Oh, God damn it. There you go. They're just setting themselves on fire. So that's good. God damn. Oof, I almost just died. Whew. There we go. Jerk to come over here and kill himself. Oh, come on, what the heck? It's just random wherever the flames are coming out. That's just dumb. Alright. Well, it's not random, it goes in order, but that's still pretty stupid. See if I can get him there, and then... Nope, that one did that one. And now it's gonna go this one, and then that one. And finally, this should be the right one. Nope, come on. There you go. My lord, that took way too long. Ow, these flames hurt way too much. There we go. Jeez. That was a B+. Ooh, hello. We're gonna get a bunch of soul nuts and I believe another... Oh, the key. I was gonna say another soul nut? What the heck? Alright. So let's get the heck out of here. And then just open this door. Use the triangle key, which is going to take us to, I guess, the exit that we went through and nothing else. Is that really it? Huh. Well, I don't want to exit just yet in case this door locks on me. Huh. Didn't actually notice that there was a ghoul here, but I actually need to lower my sunlight in order to let him walk across. But I feel like he's going to just fall down. No? Oh boy, I think I have to lower the sunlight and let it come back up as soon as he passes on. Let's see. Alright, so I guess I just gotta block it so that there's no sunlight. And as soon as he gets close, as soon as there is sunlight, it thinks, oh god, it registers. Oh, okay, cool, he's alive. Alright, it registers the chain, and then it adds the sunlight back. Alright. Then that gives us this chest, which I believe should have the Lance Sun Gold Frame. Sweet. Alright. Well, let's see what that is. Lance. Should, oh no, it's the same as the spear. Darn. I was hoping, since these spear and lance things, they just meant that they had more range, but that is not the case. Alright, whatever. In any case, that finishes up the Crumbling Mine. Until the next time, I'm gonna actually take on an Immortal. Stay fresh.